One, two, one, two. What's going on, kids? It's Fathom DJ Live and Direct. It'll be on the platform. I'm not sure exactly. I'm going to sip some of this sour sop tea. We're going to have this conversation. So, self care and the unsung DJ hero. And it's actually a few people, a few types of people that I want to reference in this little situation I'm about to jump off. So, of course, first we got to start at the top. So, D Nice went live. I did not watch it. Didn't watch it yesterday. Didn't watch it today. Um, his numbers were amazing because I've seen him live recently. I know his set was amazing. Everybody was watching, all the celebrities. That's a real thing. For some of us DJs, this is an opportunity to make impressions and to draw interests. What I've experienced as a DJ who is consistent and diligent in marketing and promoting themselves has been consistent and diligent in creating mixes and live streams regularly, working daily, weekly, monthly in venues. This might be a time for self-care and rest and restore, especially from my perspective, because this last 6 months has been so incredibly taxing energetically that I am grateful for this moment. I want to give a shout out because I'm watching people. I'm watching people for several reasons. I'm watching particular DJs and what they're doing. I'm watching equipment specs. I'm asking questions, research, things of that nature, because I do a few different things. I'm kind of switching gears a bit as well because my last project and in theory, being a music director is an extension. It's a different extension. Booking other DJs, specking out equipment, sound quality, and all those things. In addition to just being, not just, but being a manager in a restaurant was a lot. But I'm looking at this differently. Now I want to shout out some people and send some cosmic kisses to Empress Rod, Gina Talese, Insane. DJ B-Man is from Chicago. Sean Dervis is one of the hardest working DJs and producers that I know from Chicago. Junius Paul, who's a bass player and incredible energy. Tiabe, Jocelyn Winston. These are people who I've worked on projects with before. Sean Wallace, Self Black. Dero Wicks, who sent me this crazy production of the video that I was doing earlier dancing. He came up with an original beat. Some of us are either resting and restoring or plotting strategy wise. And I'm trying to keep my time. So for me personally, like somebody hit my inbox and they're like, "Oh, you gonna go live?" I totally get it. I totally get the idea that you're off work. I totally get the idea that this is your opportunity to catch up. But because some of us do this like daily, weekly, monthly, either in the venues as tour DJs, or if you work this network via Instagram, Twitter on a regular basis, you might want to rest. I'm looking at it wonderfully. Like I have a live show that I do weekly. I walk up and down this internet every day looking for content, looking for inspiration, checking for DJs and all that stuff. So in essence, like this is a 24-hour kind of job. It's a job. Like cats work. That's not to denote. I know D Nice. I know his machine. I know what he does and how he does it. That's not a diss. This is an opportunity of him extending himself differently, because like you don't get cats who work every day in this capacity, online streaming and doing that every day. For those who work as DJs and producers and musicians on a regular basis, this is your time for retreat and to plot and strategize your next moves, because when the gate opens up, this is a virtual gate that is opened up. When the gate opens up back on these streets, then it's back to that grind. And what that means for me personally is, based on the conversation that I had earlier, is like facilitating all these DJs that I'm fond of and getting them in place for the summer and the fall and creating concepts. So my mind is like moving differently, and I'm really excited about that because this is one of the things that I've wanted to do community wise, and I can't say that I quite got that opportunity to do it based on the environment that I was in. We're just going to leave that at that. But I'm looking forward to further building this community, and also taking on some more mentees and more mentors for what I see as my grander scheme in business. So that's why I'm here. I'm giving my content a different twist because I normally tell stories through images, and this is an opportunity to go live and say something different. This is how I'm using myself and my platform different, not difficult, differently, because I know what some might do and some might want, but I also know how to use my gift effectively when it's needed and required and based on the idea of compensation for it. Now, when it's all said and done, I pray, and then I'm done with this. I pray that if you hopping up and down on the internet right now, that you have enough energy and you've gained enough intel and data so that when these floodgates open back up on these real streets, that you're prepared to make your next move from a business state. That is one of the conversations that I had with an owner of a venue today. It's like tweaking and getting things prepared and, picking people's brains and, structuring and looking at the bigger picture. And so from a strategy standpoint, that is where I am. Finding Fathom DJ in your worldwide web sphere. Hashtag Finding Fathom DJ, findingfathomdj.com, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, iTunes, TrackSource, Google Play, Beatport, Amazon, YouTube. I'm also taking a break because for some strange reason I'm having issues. I'm setting up my studio and trying to get my pieces all coordinated and structured so that when I get the spirit completely, I'm ready to go, and I'm going to be ready to go and working with my musicians and collaborating with these vocalists virtually, which is a part of the reason why all this is happening. So that's it, because look, it's 8 minutes. I'm trying to keep it from being 10. So you can find me in your worldwide web sphere. I'm definitely down to powwow. I'm taking meetings. Of course, I've been taking meetings pretty much since January or at least February. Diasporic Thump is going to happen. I'm not sure because I have to have conversations with Nate Carter, who is the music director for The Darling. So it's just a bunch of things that I'm tying together and doing, and I'm inspired and encouraged, but I wanted to give that cosmic kiss to these particular people as well as those who are unsung heroes and might be resting and plotting as opposed to hopping up and down on the internet with everybody else. So that's it. Space.